welcome aboard. Gonna have a little chitty chat today while we have some Conan Exiles on the go. Because, hey, it was the Oscars, everybody. The Academy Awards. Yay. Well, yeah, that was pretty much my reaction to that all. Yep, another Oscars down, and I have some thoughts. I watched a bit of it, didn't watch the whole thing, I watched it piecemeal, because, spoilers, it was boring as sin. Boring as sin. I struggled. But we can chat about that in a bit. Usually get into the conversation piece, the banter topic, if you will, around about the 10-15 minute mark. Leading up to that, doing a little bit of gaming, doing a bit of chilling, relaxing, easing into things. Monday, huh? One day, I will get that whole notifications thing down. I promise you. Excuse me a moment while I turn that off. Thank you, YouTube, for telling me that I'm streaming. I never, ever would have guessed. There we go. Do not disturb. Although, being disturbed is relative, right? Hey, how's everyone doing? How were the weekends, boys? Good? Chilled? Relaxed? Did your own thing? Took it rather easy this weekend. Lots of work to, wade through, but I did it. Got through it. Hit a very, very big deadline, so life is good for me. Justified in goofing off a little bit and playing a bit of Conan Exiles, and more importantly, hanging out with you lot. So come on board. Anything on your mind, anything you want to share, love to hear it. Because, make no mistake, I'm going to share. Alright, let's have a quick look around base. Quick check-in with everything. There's Baina, best girl, pat. Definitely needs to be a pat your pet thing in this game. Huge oversight, really. There's Mahorthi. And there's my Scout Right. Oof, making the best armor. Big development on Friday, when last we played a bit of Conan Exiles. Did the dregs, the dungeon at the far end of the Noob River. So I've got the recipes for the abysmal weapons. That's the one. Might be crafting myself a new big sword, because I do love myself big swords. Let's have a quick looky-loo what goes into that. Alright. Quick search. Abysmal sword. Oh, well. Abysmal's accurate. Thick leather, iron bars, and the abysmal eye. Well, I got the abysmal eye, got myself some iron. Let's get some thick leather in. Here's some I prepared earlier. Good stuff. Any of you lot caught the Oscars? Did you catch it? Well, if you didn't, you didn't miss much. My word, what a relic that has turned into. What a shibboleth of a bygone era. Talk about being out of touch with the world. But we'll get into that, don't you worry. I'll have a full rant. I'll have a full dig in. The sad state of our entertainment industry. Gosh golly. What a fiasco. Damn it all, I knew I had iron bars here somewhere. Son of a Tate! I'll find it, don't you worry. Got a feeling it might be in the armorer's bench. Have a quick look here. Hello, Scully. Still working hard? Yes, I'll have that chat with Scully at some point. Might have to give him his marching orders. Ennis is a lot better armorer, but you know what? Scully's been with me from the beginning, so feel a touch bad kicking him into touch. Oh well. Be that as it may. Hey, we'll get into the Oscars, I promise. But you know what? I like to ease into things. I like to work my way into matters. Oh, I know who that is. Yeah. The Oscars are barely relevant these days. I caught some of it. In fact, I caught the beginning. There was an opening skit where Conan O'Brien bursts out of Demi Moore, and I was like, oh, Conan. Tut, tut, tut. Jim Carrey did that so much better with the Rhino. And that was when I dipped. Well, I kind of watched bits and pieces from there. Sort of, it became second monitor viewing. Yeah, it was dull as dishwater. But I also it turns into a bit of a disappointment fest because you without fail you have your favorites. Without fail, you look at the categories and you go, well, I do my best. I had my favorites for the Oscars. I was really hoping. First of all, I thought, speaking of Demi Moore in that opening skit, when I saw that, I thought, ooh, is that a nod to her winning? Because I tell you something, she was my favorite. She was by far my favorite. I really had hoped that she. Well, first of all, I think something that stood against Demi Moore winning. The Substance is a horror movie, and they tend to get short shrift from the Academy Awards. The other thing as well, I'm just making sure the stream is holding. You're not walking on me this time. I mean, The Substance is fantastic. I mean, like, whoa! That was kind of my movie of last year. Oh boy. You need a stiff drink next to you to enjoy that one. And you've got to be an appreciator of that particular genre because it is tough to watch. But I was all for Demi Moore's triumphant return. I forget the name of it. Actually, you know what? Let me get my ducks in a row. Let me actually get the list up so I can talk about, because I did watch Anora and I thought it was good. And that got not only did it get the best actress, that spoilers, Anora won outright. I thought it was fine. I thought it was a decent movie. I was entertained. I thought the performance by Mickey Madison was good, solid. Oscar winning though, no, I wouldn't have said. And yet Nora not only got her the best actress, but won outright. And sadly, my favorite was Conclave with Ralph Fiennes. And Stanley Tucci in as well, and just the most blistering cast. And Trouble at Base, and The Help have got that. They can take care of it. There we go. Conclave is fantastic, and that is worth watching. But maybe not on message a bit, showing religion in a bad light. Although, I don't know nowadays, is religion faux pas or is it in vogue? I can't keep up anymore. But Ralph Fiennes in Conclave was mind-blowing. Brutalist was good. I mean, Adrian Brody always puts in a solid performance, and I enjoyed The Brutalist. But I would have liked to have seen Ralph Fiennes win. He was my fave. But it brings me very neatly to the Oscars themselves. And I'm not going to get into the whole Emilia Perez situation because I think that's been discussed ad nauseum. Funny, but it's a well-worn road. There's others that have chatted about that. Do we still need the Oscars? Is it still a thing? It seems very it's always been self-congratulatory. And I'm constantly reminded of that Billy Crystal quote where he said, nothing takes the pain out of the economic situation you find yourself in than watching a bunch of billionaires dish golden statues out to each other. Quite astute. And that has kind of stayed with me. And I can't help but think, have the Oscars run its course? I mean, let's have another look over here. Let's have another look. Oh yes, absolutely agree with you. I think we all agree that Kraven the Hunter was absolutely snubbed. It's Kraven time. Wouldn't it be funny though, if just 1 year, the Oscars go, you know what, we're going to mix things up. Find us the worst movie. Find us slip in a Borderlands in there. You know, a candidate for the Razzies. Let's just put in like a really obviously bad movie. And let's pretend like it's got a chance. Go. And I think people will be like, whoa? They'll either think the Oscars have lost their mind, the Academy is just off the rails, or they're taking the piss. And you know what? I always appreciate a bit of piss taking. If they could have a laugh at themselves to that degree, I'd be down. I think that people with so much stock in the Oscars, but it's basically the same as like Car Salesman of the Year award, but that would be handed out at a tire industry event. Yeah, it's very backpatting and it's very self-congratulatory. And I think now that movies, the movie industry has kind of, I won't say been toppled as the primary source of entertainment in the wake of online consumption. It's still the massive powerhouse that it is. But now that it's wobbling a bit, I think we're going to find more and more people coming to that realization that it's a snake eating its own tail, as in terms of an industry. My son, who's a very astute young man, I think he might have picked it up from somewhere, was singing a version of Video Killed the Radio Star. It was Internet Killed the Movie Star. And I think we might be seeing that play out. Because, let's be honest, youngsters, they don't watch movies. I've got a teenager in the house, and I struggle to get him to watch anything past half an hour. It's nuts. If it's not a TikTok, or if it's not a YouTube short, struggles to hold his attention. And I think movies are going to find themselves in a rather precarious situation as the appreciating audience starts to die out, quite literally. So where does that leave the Oscars? Where does that put award ceremonies that are self-congratulatory, back-patting themselves, saying how wonderful they are, when people are waking up to the fact that, you know what, it's all so phony. It's all so silly. Boggles the mind. I think the only real relevant question then at that point is, what's the time scale for all of that? How long until it all kind of falls apart, this House of Cards? We shall see. We shall see. I'm curious to see that movie with Kieran Culkin in, though. If he got a nod, I must admit, I want to go see what that's all about. Yes. But anyway, let's put the stream back up on the second monitor. So yeah, got into things a touch early today, but you know what? It's front and center on my mind. The only thing that I can really say that was of note about the Oscars was go watch Conclave. It's good. Brutalist is not bad either. I did enjoy it. But the rest of the... of course, Substance as well. But it's one of those movies. The Substance is one of those movies. It's a bit like Bone Tomahawk, where I absolutely love the movie, but I do not go about recommending it. Because just now you say to someone, oh, you've got to go watch this movie. And they watch it. And they get back to me and they're like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, no, I wasn't trying to prank you. It's really good. Like, Yeah, okay, fine. I'll let you know after I'm finished with my therapy. Substance is good though. It's worth watching. Stiff drink though. Whew. Hold on to the armrests of your chair for that one. Alright. Well, what we're doing here right now is we're going to be looking for some iron. I know there's some iron nodules around here. Gosh golly. And the award goes to Sweaty Boatman over here, because he is going to find some iron. No iron? Damn. I hear the angry music though. Oh, it's just shellbacks behind me. Sure. I thought it was the Academy hunting me down. Trying to take me out for my bad takes. Oh, get in line, buddy. Should watch Burnt. Oh, you... Whoa! Buddy. Buddy. You've never seen Bone Tomahawk? Yeah. Yeah. The thing about that movie... I've never been able to... Oh, you have seen Bone Tomahawk. Apologies. Yes. Sorry, I'm reading with half an eye. Yes, everyone should see Bone Tomahawk. And yes, you will look at food preparation rather differently after that movie. Sure. The thing about Bone Tomahawk, and this, I think it's okay to say this. It's because it's not so much a spoiler. It's more preparation. The thing about Bone Tomahawk is that you go into it expecting to watch a certain type of movie. You expect it to be a particular genre, a particular style, and then halfway through it dawns on you that you're watching a very different type of movie, and you go, oh, I need to change gears very, very quickly, because this is breaking down in a way that I wasn't expecting. So, but, oh, brilliant friggin' movie. Like I said, well, everyone should see it. I always put that asterisk next to it, saying, it's good, but in the words of Scar, be prepared. God, look at this guy trying his luck in my base. Piss off. There we go. There we go. And because I don't like corpses lying around my base, get the old skinny knife out and let's see if we can get some hides out of this. Nipping back to the Oscars quickly. Just a very, very quick check online. I think the sentiment is that everybody felt it was a boring one. I feel that it's the perfect retelling of a classic fairy tale. It's good men going on a journey to rescue the princess and slay the dragon. Yes, you could say that. As a very sort of top-down view, it's the meaty details in the in between that that I think people need to be aware of. But yeah, I love Bone Tomahawk. Like, also, Kurt Russell's just friggin' awesome. Let's have a look here. Quick nosh on food because my man is hungry. Out of chow. Oh, that won't do. Hit the cooker. It's kind of getting to the point where, and this is a low bar, but I'd rather watch Game Awards than anything like the Oscars or anything like that, or maybe, I don't know, more of the independent scene. Love them or hate them, the guys at Film Threat had an award ceremony going quite recently. That was pretty good. I enjoyed watching that. Sure. Sorry, a little bit spitzy here. It is surprisingly warm this side of the planet. Be that as it may, let's get our man here. Well, you know what? Let's put the sword back in its spot. The old Buster Blade. There we go. All right, let's go looking for iron. We are so close to level 30 here with Sweaty Boatman. So close. Level 30, big thing in Conan Exiles, you get to unlock steel. Ooh, the riddle of steel. Here we go. Alright, quick nip across Njal. If you're wanting to do something cool, Craig S. Zala, some of his unproduced screenplays on his website. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I think that would be lit. But then I need to admit that I'm a boomer and an old man and stream with my specs on. It's come to that, I'm afraid. It has come to that. Ah. Sure. It's warm. Very warm. Getting a little moist. Forbidden word in my household. Not allowed to say moist. Wife gets upset. She says there's something about the amount of saliva in my mouth when I say it. But you know what I mean. Craig is I must remember that. There could be something there. Yeah. I'm all about that. I'm all about that low effort content. So if I can read somebody else's better, greater works, I am down for it. I am down for it. Come, turn around, you bastard. There we go. Whoops, interloper. Hello, darling, what's your name? No, 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 don't get angry. Just passing through. No, well, looks like she wants to blitzen me. Oh, no. Bop. Bash. Oh, well. You should have thought of that before taking me on. Very satisfying. Hugely satisfying. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I think at some point I might have to do a... You know what would be very meta? Now that I think about it, just reading some of the... reading their comments. I think maybe a stream of Beautiful Desolation might be in order. Because that could be very, very meta. Get a certain friend on board and she can join me for that. Well, that's not multiplayer, so maybe not. That could be fun. That could be fun. Alright. Gonna visit these chaps, see what's going on over there. Maybe they're friendly. Who knows? Do it. Yeah, I think that's on the cards. I think that's on the cards. I think when Schmoman here has run its course, that is what I'm going to do. I think that would be delightful. Oh, don't you shoot your arrows at me, nya nya nya. Problem is, the reason why I choose, like, I thought like survival games was the way to go, as opposed to something that's an RPG or story-heavy game, is that I've got this terrible habit of talking a lot of shit. So if I end up talking over the story, that would not be doing the game any service. But you know what? I can learn to curtail myself. I can learn to go with the narrative. Anything happening in here? Ooh, they are cross. Very cross. Alright. Oh, no, no, no. Don't you stab me. I'll stab you. Oh, no, no, no. Don't do a finisher in the middle of the fight. Oh, come on, guy. We've spoken about this. Oh, left them in pieces. Nice camp. I'll take it. Oh, there's a box over there. I'll pop in there. What's in the box? What's in the box? Ooh. A jug. Bit of a connoisseur when it comes to jugs. No, don't go there. Come now. Behave yourselves. I'll turn the stream around. You should try a difficult game. Climbing. Oh! What's that one that people rage about all the time? The dude in the pot with the hammer and he sprouts philosophy at you. What's that one? If I really just want to lose my mind, I'll do that. Oh, the name will come to me though. The name will come to me. But basically the entire point is going up the side of a mountain. It's very Sisyphusan. And ultimately you're going to fall down because you're going to just get the wrong purchase on something and you fall down. And every single time you fall down, apparently like a philosophical quote comes at you. And you're trying to be terribly zen about the fact that this game is just giving you all kinds of grief. You know, it's like, oh, that's nice. I think it's called Getting Over It. I could be wrong though. But that I'll look into. That could be hilarious. That's actually that's a great suggestion. I might do that. There's a PC version for that. There should be a PC version for that. Problem is, I like my PC and my monitor and my keyboard. I don't want to smash them. Because I'll get very cross. Oh, crocodile. Here's Pierre. Let's quickly take care of him. Alright. So long, oh crocodile. Check your time. Ah, we're halfway through the stream. Quick hour, in and out. That's the way I like it. Getting Over It, that's what it's called. Alright, I will see about acquiring that at some point. Because actually, that's a great idea. I think I'm going to do that. But I'll see. Some of that could be rage-inducing. A difficult game about climbing. Is that actually the name of the game? Is that what it's called? A difficult game about climbing. That's hilarious. You've piqued my interest, sir. I would play the hell out of that. But I must, you know what I think as well? You know, I think I will make the Getting Over It game even better. I want to see if I can turn the VO off and have just the philosophical parts come up in text. So each time I bugger up, I have to read the philosophical bit. And thus we tumble down, ever willing to pick ourselves back up and try again, for that is the nature of man. Ever trying and striving. Fucking game. That could be funny. That could be worth it. Oh man. That could be hilarious. Just trying to keep my shit together while I read, you know, pontificating text. That's great. That is great. Solid suggestions coming this way. I like it. I like it. Oh, God, that's still sweating up a storm here. My goodness. Had to rush to get today's stream going. Had to get my things together rather quickly. Bit of work I had to do, which is always a good thing. But unfortunately, when you have a big project, you know, like an audiobook, the small pickup jobs that you have to do kind of get pushed to the back. Then all of a sudden, you've got like a whole lot of small clients going, work please? And I'm like, oh, shiza Manelli, I need to get on top of that. So that's why today was a bit of a scramble. But, who's that? Who's cross? You over there, darling? Oh, hey baby, what's happening? No, don't come down, I'll come to you. That's right. Have you seen my Argonian armor? It's very stylish. Makes all the exiles come to the yard. Wow. I think it's time to move on. I'm getting a little bit OP. Have you not heard? This is leg day. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I chopped off her legs. All right, we'll call it a draw. Let's see if there was a chest up here, usually guarding a box. All right. Oh, he's half the man he used to be. Look at that. Ugh. Poof. No chest though. These exiles are poor. Good thing I killed them. They nearly got poverty on me. Now, I'm past the point of scraping by in this game. I'm nearly level 30, don't you know? Just but a scratch. I knew you'd get the reference. Ah. Oh, God. Yes. The Monty Python quotes are fast and thick in this stream. Did I go back? Did I miss my my camp? Did I go too far? Oh, I went too far. Oh no, let's backtrack a bit. Let's head back. I got some iron to put into the old kiln. Oh look, it's an imp. Was an imp. Taking me on. Hey. It does look a little bit like Tyrion. Look at that. Trying to take me on. Silly Tyrion. Silly imp. Clearly not smart. Clearly the Tyrion from seasons 8 and 9. Alright, let's make our way home. Let's make our way home. Oh. Wonder how old Peter Dinklage is doing. Hey? I wonder if he ever looks back on Game of Thrones and goes, oh man, that show really shat the bed. I was in a good thing once. Ah. That's a wound I'd love to pick open. Oh well. Oh well. I find it's a bit like a relationship, I find, when TV does that to you. The best way to get over someone is to get under somebody else and find another bit of good watching. Yes, yeah, like I said, that's a scab I do love to, you know, scratch open. Still haven't quite gotten over it. I don't think we will, hey? I don't think we will. I think that'll always be this monolith of how the mighty can fall. Ah. Like I said, the trick is to be on the lookout for other good telly. Other good things to watch. Although we can't have nice things, my favorite series of last year was Chaos with Jeff Goldblum. Flippin' fantastic series. Cancelled. Netflix were like, nah, it was too good. So no season 2. Good television is against our terms and conditions. Fuck. That was a good show. I loved Chaos. But anyway, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Alright, yeah, I was going to put some iron in the old furnace. Get this all going. There we go. There we go. Ooh. Got some steel bars happening anyway. Can't do anything with it until I get the recipes, but get that all going, cooking away. Nice, nice. At some point I should take that rhino out for a little bit of an amble. Still don't know if it's like a pet or a mount or anything. You know, right now it's Schrodinger's rhino, in which it exists in 2 states. It could be a mount, it could be a pet, I don't know. And let's keep it in the box. It's in the box. Evil. I've heard that is good. I could do with a good horror. I do enjoy a solid horror. Check that out. Oh, there's a rhino saddle. So if we go over to Saddle Bay over here. Saddle Bay, that sounds like a kink. No, seriously. If we go over to the Saddler's Work Table, that's what it's called. Saddle Bay. Jesus, Dan. If we go over here. Alright, more iron. Well, I'm calling a moratorium on iron until I've got that new sword up and running. So we're going to have to hold fire on building that. But be that as it may. Stream is holding. Stream is fine. There we go. Stick some stuff in here. And I also got the impression. Sorry, brain is firing all over the place. Just thinking of the Oscars again. Conan O'Brien looked like he had better places to be as well. He was like, I'm here for the paycheck. He just sleptwalked his way through, well, the parts that I saw, parts that I paid attention to. God, it was drab. My word. My word. Alright. Anything I can stick away here? Pop those in there. Pop that stuff in there. That's part of the story. All these seeds I don't need. I can pop that out. Oh, let's find a place to put that jug. Let's find a place to put... I do like a little bric-a-brac. I do like a little bit of some tchotchkes around here. Where shall I put this jug? Next to you, Ennis. You've got a few jugs here. No, not what I meant. There we go. Right next to your flagon. Get your day drinking on, my girl. I don't judge. Anything that gets you through, I guess. Alright, let's see what the food situation is. Look, I've got tons of food as well. And I guess at this point, I'm just waiting for the iron to come through. Yeah. I'm gonna be iron, like a lion in Zion. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, the sun in the sky. Conan Exiles, say bye-bye. Yep, gonna be nighttime soon. Let's pop that in here. Hey, speaking of games, a game I recently had my eye on, wanted to check out, was Avowed. And I had a look at some of the gameplay, and it looks okay. I was like, it looks okay. I'm a big fan of Obsidian. I love their stuff. And I was very excited when they were going to create a... I don't want to say Elder Scrolls clone because that feels disingenuous. But a third-person action RPG in their world from Pillars of Eternity. And I was like, ooh, this is going to look good. This is going to be good. I'm down. And I watched a little bit of actual play of it. And it, I don't know. Conan Exiles here. Came out 2017? Yeah, nearly 8 years ago. And I think it looks rather good. I think, for the time, for the genre, it looks rather nice. I don't have... Oh, fuck, there's somebody on my roof. Yes, it's janky. Yes, it's got some very funny... That's hilarious, though. Hey, buddy, what you doing up there? Hey, hey. Oh, no, you've upset the help. But I think this game looks rather good. And then I had a look at Avowed, and I was like, it looks a little dated. And I was a little disappointed when I saw that. I thought, maybe I'll put pause on that, and I'll do a bit of homework on it, see if it's worth getting, or grab it when it's on a bit of a deep discount on Steam. See how we go. See how we go. And I see some of the response to it has been a little bit mixed as well. Like the initial sort of like, it's fine, but it's a little empty. So you know what? I'm going to hold fire on that. Alright, that's still going, but I'm going to grab some of this out now. Cha-chom. Oh, that's why. It was turning that iron bars into steel, and I don't want that just yet. No siree. There we go. Abysmal sword. Abysmal to go with my gaming skills. Self burn. Those are the best. And I can give it doodads as well. Create things to make it do better damage. Let's try some of that. Let's try some of that. Hey. Let's head over to the chronologers and see if I can make a weapon kit. Make my swords hit harder. Which is always a good thing. Yes? No? Maybe? There we go. Look at that. I wonder if there's this big gulf between AA and AAA games. I have had a very similar thought. If it wasn't priced at $70, that's the other thing. Avowed $70. I thought that was a bit cheeky. Seeing what you're getting for your $70. The reception would have been a little kinder. I would agree. Next guy. I mean, what's Baldur's Gate 3 sitting at? $60? And I think for that price tag, you get so... And look, also, once again, is it a fair comparison? I don't know. You can't compare an isometric game to a first person, but I do agree. There is this strange... It is a gulf between AA games and AAA games. And I think the biggest problem is AAA games more than ever have to kowtow to investors. You know, they've got bean counters and whatnot, and there's those big ivory towers of theirs that say, is this going to make money, and explain to me why it's going to make money. And what it's that idiot in the background who sits on the board going, you know what this needs? More cowbell. That's one of the reasons why we need more cowbell, because if we put more cowbell in, we can charge more for it, because people love cowbell. Do they? No. Well, I do, and if I love it and if I think it's great, we put more of that in and we can charge more. So I think, and I hate using this phrase coming from a corporate background. I hate using this phrase, but it is relevant. I think AA devs are far more agile. They have less to answer to in terms of making sure a board is happy, making sure investors are happy. You know, as soon as you get external influences into your creative endeavor that are holding onto purse strings, that just seems to be the alchemy for it to all fall apart. We've seen it in BioWare, we've seen it in Bungie, and it creates this weird sterility in games. It's like the risk or the desire to create for the sake of creating is replaced by this sort of like safeness. And I don't think people want their games to be safe. I think they want them to do something interesting. They want them to do something new. Or, I mean, okay, case in point. I'm playing Conan Exiles, made by Funcom. And this game, I wouldn't call it AAA. Not necessarily. Close-ish, perhaps. But Funcom owned the Conan IP, and they felt compelled to make a game, and they made the creative decision of making it a survival game instead of a story-based one or RPG one, because they thought incorporating narrative elements is not their strength. And the thing is about this game in particular, using it as an example, I'm going to call it a AA game because I think that's the best way to describe it. Although I think the landscape has changed very much for Funcom. Because I think 20 Cent now owe them. What's that become? Never mind. But my point. This game is a buggy disaster. And it's always been that way. It's become a meme online. But the amount of love that people have for it is staggering. Because what it does right. The things that... It creates this world that you can explore that captures the Conan mythos beautifully. It's brutal. It's decidedly unpolitically correct. And I think that speaks to people in weird ways. You know, it's like, how can this game exist? Just catching up here. Yeah. And from a technical point of view, I mean, like, I just had a bloody shellback march on the roof of my tent over here. And that's just one of the lesser offenses that this game does. It does some really janky things. But because the visuals are nice, because you exist in this Hyborian age of Conan, because it got the mythos good, because you can do... I mean, you get followers in this game by going into people's homes, blatting them on the head and dragging them to a wheel of pain. How can a game like that exist in today's climate? I don't know. I've turned it off, but this game has got full nudity. That's right. And you lose all your kit when you die. So often is the case, when you die, it's, you know, dicks out for Hanuman as you run back to your corpse. It's hilarious. But would you see that in today's gaming environment? I don't know. I don't think so. And because of those things, I think people are like, you know what? There's a lot I'm prepared to forgive. And I think that's something that exists in the AA scene, which the AAA market has kind of eroded. And that is having things in that people are prepared to forgive if they get the basics right. That's just my take. That's just my pontificating on it. I think there's a lot people are prepared to forgive if you get the core of your game right. And, yeah. You put up with wackiness like watching shellbacks walk over your tent. Because it becomes almost novel. You give it a pass. Because you can decapitate the natives. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the gaming world's in a very... gaming development's in a very strange place at the moment. I spoke a little bit back about Mark Darrah launching a video that was titled, "Your $70 doesn't buy you the right to be cruel." And while I absolutely get the sentiment of what he was trying to say, oh, Bobby, the timing on saying that is not great. Because the people that aren't being cruel, the people that are angry about the state of gaming, are absolutely going to think that's targeted at them. And they're going to see that as an attempt to muzzle them. The people that aren't going into people's, devs' DMs and giving them hell, which is unacceptable, of course. But the ones that are just, I'm voicing my opinion because I'm angry, they're going to think that, oh no, the dev world, the gaming world is calling me out for being upset about a bad game. It almost feels like the gaming environment has become hostile. It's become hostile between, devs and customers. Specifically mostly in the AAA spheres. Such a weird time. Such a weird time. It's an interesting time, and it makes you wonder how it's all going to shake out. But to bring this all back, to segue, to tie this all in, I think the reason why those that consume gamers, for whatever the greater monoliths you want to call them, people who enjoy games and whatnot, are less inclined to put up with nonsense from big companies, is that it's all linked to them being aware of what happens in entertainment now in terms of, say, something like the Oscars in a different field of entertainment, because they see that self-congratulating nonsense. They see how they are just so keen to pat each other on the backs and say how marvelous they are. And ultimately, it's people going, why did that win? What made that important? What's the point of all of this? Making themselves seeming grander than they are, putting on airs and graces, when honestly, they've just been shoveling out terrible stuff. Not that there were terrible movies that were on display at the Oscars, but the ones that won, I was like, no. And I think that's looped back on the gaming industry, where people are a lot more savvy, a lot more tuned on to... I think the tolerance for bullshit is a lot less these days. That's my musings. That's my mumblings. That's my non-enlightened, snap decision, top-down view of the situation, if you ask me. The appetite for sludge is no longer there. And I don't think consumers are accepting it as much as they used to in the past. And they see something like a ostentatious award ceremony, and they go, nah, this is bollocks. I'm not going to be swayed by this. I'm not going to be swayed by an industry that's so quick to pat itself on the back and at the same time be disregarding towards its consumers, its customers. Yeah, it's a funny situation to be in. Fascinating to see it unpack. But that's kind of how I see it. That's where we are. But what do I know? I'm just here to play games and watch movies. And apparently run around in circles. Come now. Is that sword ready? Yeah, look at that. Look at that sword. Alright. Now, I think, unlike my other sword, this is a one-handed situation. So let's have a quick looky-loo. Yeah, one-handed sword. Huh? But not to worry. Not to worry. A man of many styles. What do I need to build? Oil! Oil is a thing. Okay. Okay. I think for that, we need a press. Help, I'm being oppressed. Jonathan Blow said that the AAA games edges file down and the games feel too smooth. Embrace the jank. Yeah, embrace the jank. I heard another person describe... look, I don't want to get into... It's tedious. And I know it's important to a lot of people. And I don't want to get into the whole culture war thing. But I heard somebody say it feels like a lot of games are made with HR in the room. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of true. You know, you got to make your game, but keep in mind, mom and dad are watching. You know, and it does make it feel sanitized. It does make it feel as if, you know, the edges are filed down. You know, and in light of that, if it means suffering a bit of jank, you know, for example, two guys in a garage making an awesome game, yeah. Look past the technical aspects if they're a little bit wobbly and appreciate the art that's being made. Haha. That's my endorsement. I think I'm going to find a spot to put my press. First things first, let me unlock it. I think you actually have to unlock it. You have to lock it in the chronologies. Is it under survival? There's the grinder to grind your mind. And I think... this needs search. You see, more jank. Need a search function in here to find the things that you... Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. A fluid press. Ta-da! Ta-da! Now what goes into a press? What goes into a press? Do-do-do-do. It would be under... alchemy? Yes! You have chosen wisely. 50 shaped wood, twine, always with the twine. And how much iron bars? Only 10. All right. I think I can handle that. Here's 10 I prepared earlier. All right. Shaped wood, plenty of that. Look at that. I do like to shape my wood. Okay, now stop it now. Get your minds out of the gutter. Really. I'll turn the stream around. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look here. Shaped wood, yes. Iron, yes. What else do I need? Oh, yes, the twine. Always with the twine. But you know what? Twine, as I have stated before, is from plant fiber. So let me grab my sickle and go thrash some bush. Let's have a little look inside. Yeah. We're doing 5 minutes, 3 minutes left until the stream. I could go a little over. This fluid press is important. I need my oil. Because if you get enough oil, America attacks. No, I'm kidding. If you get enough oil, you can craft higher tier stuff. No, we're not going that direction in the stream. All right. Let's go this way. Right, back home. Turn this plant fiber into twine. Well, that's nice and quick. That's nice and quick. I'll defos have enough by the time I get back home. Defos. Oh, seeing this water just makes me want to go for a swim. Good gravy. Quick sippy water, skin, sippy coffee. Cheers, everybody. Ooh, touch cold, but still good. Best thing my wife ever got. One of those fancy barista type coffee, you know, with the foam and the, yeah. She's a bit of a coffee snob, but you know what? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okie dokie. I'm going to pop this here, squared away. Beautiful. Right, fluid press, huh? Now, as I have discovered previously, if you take seeds and you put them into the fluid press, you get oil. And oil's well that ends well. Look, that's about as good as it gets, guys, really. I'm not keeping you here. Scintillating conversation stuff. Alright, check the box. Is there anything I can put away? I'm going to keep these iron bars here for now. Oh, putrid meat. Out that goes. Sorcerer's page I can put there. And the old sorcerer's bench. At some point I'm going to look into the whole sorcery thing. See how that all comes together. See if I can throw myself a fireball. Although apparently sorcery in this game is quite understated. Okay. And I do believe I needed 5. Well, that's fine. What do I think about the Dune 2 snub? Yeah. So here's the thing. I'm actually not upset about it because I knew up front it was going to get snubbed. I just had this feeling. I had this feeling that it was going to get passed over. And tinfoil hat time. Not that it's any particular attack on Denis Villeneuve. But there's a part of me that can't help but wonder Okay, this is very conspiratorial. But here's my wackadoodleness on it. I think Dune got passed over because acknowledging a good soap opera style space opera, because that's kind of what it is, a good sci-fi fantasy movie. I think what it does is it gives validity to it. Look, I mean, we had a horror movie doing so well in the form of The Substance. And can we call The Brutalist a horror? Possibly, I guess. So outside of the norm genres do, make appearances. But I think showing a sci-fi epic doing well, in essence, rubs salt in the wound of the current state of Star Wars, because that's meant to be the big boy in the room. And Star Wars is meant to be doing so remarkably well with this new, Disney taking over. And it's floundered quite badly. And now you've got a sci-fi epic in the form of Dune on the scene. And I remember the first Dune was very well received. And I liked the second Dune. A lot of people felt the second Dune was a little bit more meandering and not as tight as the first one, but I thought it was excellent. And if I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on and get a little bit sort of in the weeds about it, I think being too kind to Dune is being too cruel to Star Wars in its current state. Even though there's no real Star Wars movies happening, there's no sort of Star Wars offerings. But I think it also kind of just rubs salt in the wounds for Disney if that happens. And the Academy is very, very closely tied to the Disney conglomerate. So that's my wackadoodleness. That's my crazy view. Of course, I'm speaking absolute, out my backside on it. But I had this feeling that Dune 2 was just going to be completely and utterly overlooked, as great as it was. I really enjoyed it. Not everybody did, apparently. Everyone was like, it's boring, a little bit slow, not as good as, the first Dune that came out. But I thought it was grand. I thought it was pretty ding-dong-dash good. But also just highlights what utter bullshit the Oscars are. Yeah, well, it's all about placating and congratulating the right people, I guess. But be that as it may, it is just past 2 o'clock. That's my hour for today. Done and dusted. I am going to head on out. Gosh. Thank you for joining me. If you're catching this on the recap, I hope you enjoy that too. My name is Dan. This has been DanPrattles. I stream Monday to Friday, 1 hour, 1 p.m. till 2 p.m. plus 2 South African time, and you are all cordially invited to join me on this stream of nonsenseness. I'm going to be heading out. You all have wonderful days. Catch you tomorrow. And as they say in the classics, arrivederci. Bye.